This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I trust everyone will have a wonderful and blessed day. And in the news this morning for December 7, 2022, gunmen rob Manchester gas station and hold a pump attendant hostage. Police are probing the scene of an armed robbery at a gas station in Knockpatrick, Manchester on Tuesday evening. Preliminary reports are that about 6 p.m., 5 gunmen held up the establishment. During the robbery, pump attendants were reportedly held hostage. A man who was robbed of his cell phone at the gas station described the frightening experience. I just saw a guy step out with a kerchief covering his mouth. He pointed the gun at the pump attendant saying, "Give me the money." So him come over to me and say, "Give me your phone." I said to him that he could have it. The man told the journalists. "I just want to give God thanks because there is power in the name of Jesus," he added. The gunmen reportedly forced the pump attendant into an adjoining mini-mart where they took an undisclosed sum of cash. They also stole cell phones among other valuables before fleeing in a waiting motor car. Sources told the news that in recent months, the gas station has been targeted by criminals. 4 men accused of stealing paint in Kingston Central. 4 men were held with a larger quantity of stolen tins of paint in the Kingston Central Police Division on Tuesday afternoon. The men were apprehended while offloading the contraband items into a Probox motor car and a Toyota Hiace minivan. According to Beresford Williams, superintendent in charge of Kingston Central Police Division, the men are believed to be the main perpetrators behind a larceny investigation in another police division. Reports are that about 12:45 p.m., members of the police team responded to information that the men were unloading stolen items from a truck into 2 other vehicles in the Heroes Circle area. The paints recovered are believed to be the subject of a larceny investigation in the St. Andrew Central area. Members of the Halfway Tree CIB are leading investigations in that matter, Williams said.
Sometime about 12:45 p.m. today, members of my team on patrol in the Kingston Central area responded to information that men were seen unloading stolen items from a truck onto 2 other vehicles in the Heroes Circle area. On arrival, 4 suspects were apprehended after a large quantity of paints were recovered from 3 vehicles: a truck, a Probox, and an IS minibus. The paints recovered are believed to be the subject of a larceny investigation in the St. Andrew Central area. Members of the Halfway Tree CIB are leading investigation in that matter.
Police Commissioner promises minimal disruption under SOEs. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson has pledged that there will be as little disruption as possible to normal activities in the areas currently under a state of public emergency. He was responding to concerns about the possible negative effects of the security measure on the busy Christmas shopping period. Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Tuesday morning announced a state of emergency in St. Anne, Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. James, Westmoreland, Hanover, and the sections of Kingston and St. Andrew. The police commissioner said that the actions and efforts of the security forces will be targeted to reduce interference with lawful activities while simultaneously deterring criminals. But he admitted that there is likely to be some disruption and delays which could be unavoidable depending on the intelligence that is received. Still, General Anderson said the security forces will monitor the situation to resolve any issues as soon as possible. He begged the public to have patience and understanding while the states of emergency are underway.
I want to reassure the public that while we conduct various operations in the declared spaces, we will attempt to manage the impact of our activities on persons going about their normal business. The scheme of operation is to minimize disruptions for persons going about their lawful activities and simultaneously disrupt and deter criminals and gangsters as far as the emergency powers allow us to. Even so, there is likely to be some disruption and delays. We will be monitoring this closely to resolve any issues as soon as possible. However, at times, based on intelligence, disruptions are unavoidable. We ask for your patience and understanding as we collectively respond to the violence in these areas so declared.
Manchester community shocked after 2 residents killed by police and a gun seized. Residents and a politician in Manchester were left in shock after 2 alleged gunmen were killed in a police and military operation and a firearm reportedly seized on Tuesday morning. A third man who the police said was armed managed to escape. Belfield is located a few miles northeast of Mandeville. Councillor Mario Mitchell of the People's National Party Belfield Division said the community is stunned. "We are not accustomed to things like these in the Belfield Division. We are a farming community. We are a very peaceful community and we have produced great men and women from here, so I want to encourage everyone to stay on the straight path," he told a journalist on Tuesday. Locals identified the deceased as Jerry, 25, and Javed, 21, both residents of Bel Air in Belfield. A senior police source said at about 6 a.m., acting on information, the police sought the assistance of the military and went to a house in the community. The police got information that men with guns were in a house up there. On arrival, 1 man ran with a firearm. Another man pulled a firearm at the police and they took evasive action, the source said. 2 of the men were shot and taken to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the incident. A woman who asked not to be named told the news that the 2 men killed were not known of being involved in crime. "This is very surprising. I don't know of them in wrongdoing, but the one that ran away is the one I don't know much about," she said. Another woman shared similar sentiments as she described the deceased men. "Javid was a quiet individual and Jerry was hardworking, and he was a churchgoer. I have never heard of them being involved in any gun violence, so this is really surprising," she said. When asked about the man who eluded the police, she was quick to describe an unscrupulous character. "With a surprise about him, he's the troublemaker, the one we run. Him is the ringleader," she claimed. A man who asked her not to be named also described the deceased men as hardworking. "Jerry was a handyman. He worked on houses doing construction and landscaping. Anything him get him, we take it, even little farming. The 2 youth were dead, me know them good. We go school together. This is puzzling," he said. Police renew call for person of interest in Westmoreland murder to surrender. The police has once again renewed their call for the person of interest in connection with the murder of 40-year-old farmer Kerrion Williams to turn himself in. Williams' decomposing body was found in a shallow grave last Friday with stab wounds in the usually quiet community of Mount Airy at Orange Hill Negril in Westmoreland. Commanding officer for Westmoreland, Senior Superintendent Wayne Josephs, revealed the identity of the person of interest to the news on Tuesday afternoon. He is 27-year-old Courtney Cooper, otherwise called Junior, of a St. John's Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine address. He is a person of interest and the police have interest in speaking to him in relation to his girlfriend's death, SSB Josephs appealed. According to the police, Williams, who lived with her boyfriend Cooper, was last seen alive on Tuesday, November 29 at 5:30 p.m. in the community. On December 1, about 10:54 p.m., Williams' daughter tried to contact her mother by telephone, but the calls went unanswered. Later that same day, the daughter visited the mother's house and made checks. However, neither Williams nor her boyfriend was seen. The daughter subsequently filed a missing person report. On December 2, 2022, about 7 a.m., the police along with citizens went to the home of Williams, where they discovered that the door to her 2-bedroom board house was opened. There was no signs of forced entry. The surrounding area was searched and the partially decomposed body of Williams was discovered in a shallow grave at the rear of the house, clad only in a blue brassiere with what appeared to be stab wounds to her chest. Later that same day, a team of officers acting on information proceeded to the Texaco gas station located in Negril in the parish where Cooper was spotted. Upon seeing the police, he ran into a nearby swamp, eluding the law enforcers, the police report said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.